Happy Monday to you all. It's the Rich Herrera Radio Show. I am back. I'm ready to have a big-time show today as we come to you live from the studios of Wildcats Radio 1290 here in Tucson, Arizona. We welcome everybody watching us as well on Facebook and YouTube at Wildcats 1290. I thought I'd class up the place today and wear a tie. Got a haircut over the weekend. Wearing a tie today. I think we make this thing look sharp.
Certainly, you have a very, very good look with the tie. You know, I like the colors.
Yes.
Obviously, the colors are very good.
I classed up the joint today. Thought I'd wear a shirt and tie for today's program. Of course, Dragon Ball is over there, dressed like a Jungle Boat skipper.
You were saying that I looked like Dwayne Johnson from the Riverboat movie or whatever that was.
The Jungle Book. Stand up so people could see you because you're wearing like a greenish and khaki. That's the same outfit that they wear on the Jungle Cruise at Disney World.
I mean, it's a good look. I think it's a good look.
Yeah, it's something.
It's a look.
It's a look. It's a good look for you. So, if you want to watch today, you can look the Jungle Boat skipper Dragon Ball running the show. And you've got a lot to do today because I'm going to tell you, folks, today's program is going to be epic.
Oh yeah.
Simply because today is the Box Office Blitz. And what are we giving away today on the Box Office Blitz? We've got 3 gift cards for Hooters for $25. Pretty big, right?
That's pretty big by itself.
Plus, I managed to get my hands on 2 pairs of passes, not tickets, passes for the Pac-12 baseball tournament, which starts on Wednesday, featuring the University of Arizona. First game out, 9 a.m. They'll take on the Oregon Ducks. These tickets are for every game of the Pac-12 tournament. So not just the Arizona game. You'll get the early game for Arizona. You'll get the next game, which I believe is Stanford, Arizona State. Then you'll get tickets to the afternoon session. You'll get tickets for Thursday's all-game sessions. You'll get them for Friday's games. And you'll get them for the championship on Saturday.
So this is not just a single game pass, folks.
This is the whole entire session.
You need to get the whole weekend off to be able to enjoy these passes and get the full experience
of going to the Pac-12 baseball tournament, the inaugural Pac-12 baseball tournament.
I was going to say it's the first one ever.
First one ever. So we'll give those away on the program today. So call your friends and be ready to call in when you hear the Box Office Blitz Center. Don't give it out yet, Dragon Ball.
I'm not going to.
Don't give it out yet because today we're really going to clutch up. So this hour of the program, some lucky listener is going to win a $25 gift card for Hooters. Next hour, somebody's going to win another Hooters $25 gift card and a pair of season passes for the Pac-12 baseball tournament. 5 o'clock hour, you'll win a $25 Hooters gift card and passes to the Pac-12 tournament. You have 5 chances to win by listening to the program today. That's the biggest Box Office Blitz we've ever had.
We're giving away a lot today.
Absolutely. So we've got a lot to get to today. Boy, I am pretty fired up for the program today. I've got a lot that I want to get to today on the program. So let's start off by seeing what's rattling around in this big old dome of mine, shall we?
Warning. The following segment might trigger some listeners, and 1290 does not take responsibility for the following content.
What the hell is going on?
It's time for The List, as we explore the sick, twisted mind of our host, Rich Herrera.
And that's when things got bad.
And the list of things he is thinking about in that huge size 8 Chrome Magnum head of his.
Look at the size of that boy's head. That's like an orange on a toothpick.
You're gonna give the boy a complex.
Well, that's a huge noggin. Has its own weather system.
All right, what's rattling around this big old head of mine? I had lots to do this weekend. I did all my honeydew list. I planted some flowers, put up a new flagpole in the backyard as we get ready for summer, cleaned out the barbecue, and then I just had all these things rattling around in my head. Here's what we're going to start with today on the list. Let's be honest, everybody. The Golden State Warriors are the best team in basketball, okay? Is there any argument after watching the games this weekend that the Dubs are the greatest team on the planet right now? They walked in with such swagger into Big D and just slapped him, just backhanded him and said, take that, Mark Cuban.
They're going to stay in the double on Curry, though. Going to make somebody else beat him. This is when Clay can pull three, bullseye! What a shot!
Hello, bullseye, what a shot. And that's what they did this weekend. They walked into Big D, huge bullseye at American Airlines Center and said, boom, I own this place. They should rename it American Airlines Center, property of the Golden State Warriors. After they walked in there and just bam. What's the, just in case anybody's wondering, what's the series now?
It's a 3-0.
Yeah, 3-0. Warriors could close it out coming up Tuesday if they want. They wait to close it out at home. Luka and the Dallas Mavericks are dead on arrival.
They could be Doncic.
They could be Doncic. That's actually a pretty good contribution for you today. There's your one.
I'll take my one early.
Quit while you're ahead.
I'll take my one early here.
But the play of the weekend had to be Wiggins with the dunk on Luka. Do you got that for me, Dragon Ball? Here we go.
Brunson defends, snaps it outside to Wiggins. Goes by Bowie. Drops the sledgehammer. But they're going to wipe it away.
They called an offensive foul. Wow. Oh my goodness. I've got to see this again. I do not understand that. They're going to take a look at this. They are going to take a look at this. Oh, that's a poster. I'm sorry.
Steve, I think Kerr is going to challenge it.
That is a poster. That should be an and one, if anything.
Oh, Reggie, my man, that was a poster of biblical proportions as Wiggins throws down on Luka. Now, the reason why this is the player of the year in the NBA, two things. Number one, it just shows the dominance of the Warriors. It shows Wiggins getting up in the air and throwing down on Luka. But it also shows something that is just becoming a pandemic and a joke in the National Basketball Association. Can we please stop with all the flopping and the flipping and walk in, and you look like fish just caught and thrown into a boat? Let me flip here. Let me flop over there. Luka, he posterized you. He went up in the air. You went for the block. He threw it down in your face. And then what do? You snapped your head back like you just got hit by Mike Tyson. By the way, I'll have something on Mike Tyson later in the program. You snapped your head back like you just got hit by Clubber Lang. And then the replay show, he never even touched you. What is that about? Luka, turn in your man card. Dude, listen, you got posterized. Wear it. Falling back and pretending you got hurt is so weak. But that's going on everywhere in the National Basketball Association. Hey, Adam Silver, get your league in check. Come correct, and please stop all this flopping and flipping. They look like a stunt show. It's literally, some of these players in the NBA look like a stunt show as they have their head snapped back. Have you ever seen a stunt show where they show you how they actually fake throwing a punch, and then the guy who's supposed to be the stunt double snaps his head back like he just got rocked? That's what the NBA playoffs look like right now. It's a joke. You know what, Adam Silver, do me a favor. Before you worry about fining the Dallas Mavericks bench $100,000, why don't you start throwing down some fines and taking some cash, taking some ducats, taking somebody's paycheck away for all these stupid flops. It's not soccer, it's basketball. This is the league of Showtime Pat Riley and the Riley rules. Nobody gets a free layup. This is the league of the bad boys, the Detroit Pistons. This is the league of the Boston Celtics, where Larry Bird and Robert Parrish, the chief, and everybody else would give you a clothesline if you came in the paint. But now, they don't even hit you when you get into the paint and you're falling down. Oh, I broke my arm. By the way, the Celtics and Heat play tonight. What do I have more? Legitimate highlights or flops in this game tonight? We'll talk a lot about the NBA coming up here in a minute. PGA shows you why you have to watch golf on the final day. Whether you like golf or not, the PGA Championship was epic for two things. Number one, oh man, how do you feel for the dude who who was leading on Saturday, and he puts in this putt. He puts in the putt on Saturday to take the lead.
And take a 3-shot lead into the final round now. Putter goes back. Ball struck firmly out to the right, up towards the cup, up to the cup, and it dropped it. Oh, my, dropped it. What a way to finish for Pereira. That birdie here at 18. That is at 18. A round of 69 and a 9-under par total going into the final round of the 104th PGA Championship.
Pereira's sitting on top of the world. Pereira's the man, and then he gets up. Final hole, you're up by 1. The other 2 guys are just kind of waiting, see what's going to happen. And Pereira, all you got to do is hit it down the fairway. All you have to do is make a birdie, and you do this.
Huge mistake. Pitches at about 15 feet on the green. This has nice pace, but it's not coming back to the right. This is staying straight. Oh. And that's working towards the left edge. Now getting a little soft, and that's off the green. And he's pointing at his caddy. I mean, I'm having a hard time believing that.
This is the biggest meltdown that I've seen in golf since Tin Cup. He totally went Tin Cup. Bang. You're up by 1. All you got to do is make birdie. All you have to do is make birdie, and you're going to win the PGA Championship, and boom, you hit it like me.
Are you sure that? I mean, this could be John Vandervelde levels of choke job.
His was on a putt, right?
I mean,
his was just putting back and forth over the top. This was, you're up by 1, you're feeling good, you have the lead going into Sunday. The chances of Justin Thomas coming back and winning the PGA Championship were infinitesimal. They were about the same. He had the same odds as you, Dragon Ball, dating Kate Upton. It could happen. You mean it could happen? Yeah, I think Justin Verlander's wife could dump him and run off with you wearing your Jungle Boat outfit. Stand up. Show everybody the Jungle Boat one more time. Here, hold on. I got to show my Dragon Ball cam. There he is. He's got a olive green shirt on and khaki shorts. He looks like one of the captains on the Jungle Boat. Jungle Cruise, excuse me.
Jungle Cruise. I don't know if I would be in the running for Kate Upton.
Would you be in the running to be a Jungle Cruise skipper?
Dressed like this, absolutely. Now, all that we need now is some water in the desert.
Say in the back. And coming up, the 9th wonder of the world, the backside of water.
Hello, everyone, and welcome to the 9th wonder of the world, the tremendous cliff that Pereira fell off of at the end of the PGA Championships.
Anyway, even if you don't like golf, this was one it hurt my soul to watch him. But you know what he did? He clutched up and went on camera and just said, "Listen, my nerves got the best of me." So many times in sports, we forget how nervous all this is. Like if you play in a scramble for charity on Saturday, and you gotta everybody else has missed that 5-foot putt, and you got to make it. Think how much your knees are knocking. Now think of this guy going out there with I looked it up. He was going to make like $2.7 million
and I think it was a rookie no less on the tour.
Rookie no less. In fact I looked it up because I wanted to see how much cash this cost him. Right? Just because I'm that guy.
Right.
He ended up making a nice check for $870,000. Right?
Yeah.
You know what he would have made? He made that putt $2.7 million. You cost yourself almost $2 million by going boom.
That's over twice what he actually got.
Yeah.
Oh,
you go from 2.7 to 870,000. That's $1.9 million. You just shanked. How about that? How about that for a gut punch right there? And finally, what else is rattling around in my big old head? Hey, how about softball? How about Caitlin Lowe, friend of the program and the Arizona softball team? You people have been dogging her. You people have been getting on her case. You people have been getting on the Wildcats. And they said, you know what? Haters going to hate. And you can hate this because they went to Columbia, Missouri. They won that regional. They beat number 15 Missouri twice. And you know where they're heading? Mississippi State to take on the Bulldogs down in Starksville. they've got a legitimate shot to going back to Oklahoma City. So to all the haters and all the people that have been talking trash about Caitlin Lowe and Arizona softball, go kick rocks.
Not to mention, it is a battle between unranked teams in this super regional.
Go kick rocks, and you know who you are. I'm waving my finger at you on the camera right now. Go kick rocks. You know who you are. Get out the bandwagon. We don't need you. That's what's rattling around in my big old head today on a Monday. All right, coming up with the program. I've made a declaration. I've decided something. Do you hate a lot of things, Dragon Ball?
I try not to, but
That's because you're a good person.
Yeah, I try to be a nice guy.
You're a better person than I am.
Uh-oh. But what's happening now?
What do you mean?
Well, you say this as if you have a gripe to have.
Yeah, I've got somebody that's on my list now of people I hate. I'm going to tell you who I hate coming up here in just a second. A reminder to all of you, the program is brought to you today in part by QC Kinetics. QC Kinetics, a proud sponsor of this radio show. You know what? We're in the active part of the season of the year right now. Weather's getting nice. We're going to go swimming soon. But if you have joint pain, you can't live like you want to. You can't go out hiking in Sabino Canyon. You can't go swimming at my house. Well, I don't want you over my house anyway. You can't go on a ride. You can't do anything. You can't even walk around the mall because you're hurt so bad. It's your knees and your hips and your back and your shoulder. You know, it just sucks right now to see this beautiful weather in God's country where we live and you can't do anything because of the pain that you have. Well, guess what? I've got great news for you. QC Kinetics is helping people right here in Tucson get the fun back with advanced regenerative treatments from local medical professionals. Regenerative medicine is the hottest thing going. It's basically taking growth factors with healing properties from your own body, highly concentrated, and then putting them into your aching joints. This exciting in-office non-surgical treatment, let me say that again. It's in-office, non-surgical treatment, can repair and restore damaged tissue in your joints, giving you real, lasting relief from pain. QC Kinetics is the nation's leader in these cutting-edge, all-natural options, and the patient satisfaction reports are incredible. They have over 100 clinics nationwide, including right here in Tucson. Yes, you can get real relief from pain with no surgery, no drugs, and no downtime. Stop putting it off. Call QC Kinetics now to learn more about regenerative medicine and get a totally free in-office consultation right now. Call QC Kinetics. Here's their number. 520-497-4955. That's 520-497-4955. Stop watching everybody else have fun this time of year. Stop sitting around going, oh, my achy joints. No, call QC Kinetics right now. 520-497-4955. Academy in Orange Grove. One more time. Here's the number for QC Kinetics. 520-497-4955. Who do I hate? I've got a list. It's not that big, but somebody joined my list today. I've decided. I'm putting them on my list. I'm putting them on my hate list. Who is it? I feel bad because my mom told me I'm not supposed to hate people, but I've decided I hate this one team and their fans and everything about them.
Oh, it's a team.
Yeah, it's a team.
Ooh.
Might be a city. I'll tell you who it is next. This is Wildcats Radio 1290.
Rich Herrera, exclusively on Wildcats Radio 1290.
From the O'Reilly Chevrolet Traffic Center, this is your Wildcats Radio 1290 traffic. We have a collision midtown on Speedway near Country Club, and it is affecting. Expect some restrictions and slowdowns for travel headed westbound on Speedway, approaching Country Club. Grande and Mission Road and Grande's clearing, and at Bilby and Park Avenue and Bilby, traffic signals are malfunctioning. And I'm Cricket with your Wildcats Radio 1290 traffic.
This report is sponsored by Wendy's $5 Biggie Bag. Wendy's Biggie Bag is still just $5. Get a double stacked junior bacon cheeseburger or crispy chicken BLT plus 4-piece nugs, small fries, and a small drink. Grab your bag at Wendy's today. U.S. price and participation may vary. Prices may be higher in Alaska and Hawaii.
Hey, sports fans, it's Rich. Show this week is going to be brought to you by Topo Chico Margarita Hard Seltzer and Topo Chico Ranch Water Hard Seltzer. Hey, Hey, listen, Topo Chico, been around forever. Now they've made it into a margarita hard seltzer and a ranch water hard seltzer. It's available throughout Tucson. Thanks to Topo Chico Margarita Hard Seltzer and Topo Chico Ranch Water Hard Seltzer for bringing you the program. The end of the week, you're going to get a chance for a $25 gift card right here on Wildcats Radio 1290.
Why does 1290 run this town?
It's simple. 1290 is the only radio station that can bring you Arizona football, men's basketball, and baseball. Scoreboard 1290.
This is the home of the Wildcats.
This is Wildcats Radio 1290.
Susan, I'm sorry I'm late. Traffic is terrible.
It sure is. But on top of that, gas prices have been skyrocketing. I can't believe how expensive gas has gotten recently.
Prices at the pump are up, but I never pay full price for gas anymore. I just use the free Upside app that pays you cash back for every gallon of gas you buy.
Wait a minute. Are you saying you actually get paid cash when you buy gas with the Upside app?
Yes, I get real cash back every time I buy gas.
And does that actually add up to anything?
I've made around $200.
Wow, that's serious extra cash. I'm downloading the free Upside app now.
Download the free Upside app now to earn real cash back every time you buy gas. Use promo code FREE for a $5 bonus on your first tank. That's promo code FREE. You can cash out anytime right to your bank account, to PayPal, or an e-gift card for Amazon and other brands. Just download the free Upside app and use promo code FREE for a $5 bonus on your first tank. That's code FREE for a $5 bonus.
Do you have a trust that is 5 years old or more? If so, it may be outdated. Are you putting your children's names on your accounts to avoid probate? This is a mistake, as you just made your kids' creditors yours. Do you think a will is sufficient? It probably isn't, as it won't avoid probate. There are many misunderstandings about trusts and wills, but Trajan Wealth can help. Call Trajan Wealth today, 321-4100, or visit us online at trajanwealth.com.
Estate planning services offered through Trajan Estate.
License 240693.
See this? That's our logo. No, this.
Wilbur, the polar bear?
And polar bears love seals. And what do we do with every installation? We aero seal. See the connection? I have a feeling you're going to tell us anyway. When people get a spanking new AC from Alaskan AC,
and this is a good time to do it,
we aero seal the duct system. It seals the ducts tight so none of that glorious cool air escapes into the walls or attic. Right. And polar bears and seals are like best friends.
I don't think that's exactly right.
Gary, Alaskan AC's logo is a big polar bear because we've been keeping Arizona chill since 1972. 50 years of smiling customers.
And we seal the ducts like a polar bear's coat.
We should add a seal to our logo. Polar bears love seals. Well, yes, they do, but not in the way you're thinking. They have snowball fights, they have fish fries together,
and they also...
AeroSeal, included with every install from AlaskanAC.com.
I think Gary fainted.
Everyone loves shopping online. Well, I'm going to tell you what I tell my golf buddies when they buy clubs. Stop searching for coupon codes. Download Capital One Shopping to your computer. Capital One Shopping instantly searches for available coupon codes and automatically applies them at checkout. Plus, it's free, and you don't even need a Capital One card to use it. That's like hitting a hole-in-one without even trying. Capital One Shopping. It's kind of genius. What's in your wallet?
Savings and available coupons vary.
How do you make the most of your land?
Wildcats Radio 1290 box office is now open.
We feel that right away. It's just refreshing.
With tickets to ball games, concerts, movies.
Surely you can't be serious.
And more.
I am serious. And don't call me Shirley.
Start calling at 520-848-1290 to win. Good luck from Wildcats Radio 1290.
Hey, that's your key to call in right now. 520-848-1290. 520-848-1290. Boom. Just like that. Boom. Just like that. Boom. Just like that. We're giving stuff away. So call in right now. 520-848-1290. Did I surprise you there? Did I start surprising people?
Starting surprising.
I think so. I think some people are surprised. 520-848-1290. Number for you to call in right now. We will take caller number 5 right now.
5.
Caller number 5, because we got 5 different things to give away on the box office blitz today. 520-848-1290. 520-848-1290. Caller number 5. You're going to win a $25 gift card courtesy of our friends at Hooters by being caller number 5 right now. 520-848-1290 as the phone lines are starting to line up right now. 520-848-1290. Be caller number 5 right now. Good luck from Hooters and all of us here at Wildcats Radio 1290. All right, you ready to hear who I hate? Are you ready to go, Dragon Ball? I think it's time for me to announce. Now, if you listen to this program or you've ever heard me on CBS Sports Radio, you realize I'm not a big fan of Jerry Jones and the Dallas Cowboys. And I know there's a bunch of you Cowboy fans here in town. I respectfully dislike your team. I respectfully dislike you. I really dislike your coach, and I hate your general manager. With that being said, if I'm out at a sports bar and I'm wearing my Joe Montana jersey and I see a Dallas Cowboy fan, I don't have that much disdain for him. Just in the world of sports, I'm not a big fan of yours, and we don't like the same teams, and that's okay. So when I throw the word hate out, yeah, it's kind of like my mom said I'm not supposed to hate anybody, but I really hate your teams when it comes to sports. So I guess I'll use the quotation marks, quote unquote, I hate your team. But I've decided I'm adding a new team on my list of teams I hate. So I guess I should run down my hate list. I hate the Dallas Cowboys. I hate the Los Angeles Dodgers. I hate Arizona State. Those are the 3 teams that I think right now pretty much sit on top of my hate list. The Cowboys, the Dodgers, and Tempe Normal Women's Teachers College. But I'm ready to add a new team to my list of hate if Dragon Ball can cue the music. Dragon Ball. Hello, Dragon Ball. I'm sorry. He's holding me up. I have this big buildup to have my list of hate. So, I've got the teams I hate. The Cowboys. I hate the Dodgers. I hate Arizona State. And I'm now ready to add a new team onto my list of hate.
It wouldn't. I know. This wouldn't happen to be related to the show Dallas, would it?
You were supposed to play a different song. You've completely ruined this segment, Dragon Ball.
I was leading into it, Rich.
No, you completely ruined it. You know, all the nice things I said about you earlier, I take back.
Stars at night are big and bright, deep in the heart of Texas.
All right, there's some Texans here, I suppose. And I apologize that we're going to be on the opposite side of the aisle. But quite honestly, I've decided I hate the Dallas Mavericks. And it takes a lot for you to get on my list of hate. I mean, there's only 3 teams, now 4, on my list of teams I hate. Is it bad? Am I anti-Texan that there's 2 of them that both come from the same town?
Well, from the same town, I don't think that makes you
reasons.
I don't think that makes you anti-Texan. It makes you anti-Dallas.
I like Dallas. I like going to Dallas.
Like, if you had hated the Houston Rockets just for the sake of hating the Houston Rockets, then you'd start to hate the state of Texas.
And it's like, for the Dodgers, I don't hate everything from Los Angeles. I don't hate the LA Kings. I don't hate the LA Lakers, although I don't like LeBron James. I don't dislike and hate the LA Clippers. I don't hate the Anaheim Angels. I just hate the LA Dodgers because I'm a Giants fan. Therefore, I have to hate them. It's part of the DNA. But the Dallas Mavericks over the weekend have just earned my scorn. They've just earned my scorn, Dragon Ball. Just because watching them play this weekend, watching their players flop, watching them whine and cry and complain about every foul, their bench gets fined $100,000 because the people at the end of their bench can't actually sit on the bench and they keep walking onto the court. They've got players there that are wearing white shirts same color as the Warriors. I saw this the other day. Steph Curry had this pass across court, and he threw it to the Mavericks bench. They're like, where's he throwing that ball? Well, it turns out one of the players on the Mavericks is wearing the same color as the Warriors. And he saw a white jersey standing over there on the wing, and he goes, oh. And he tried to pass it to his teammate, but it turned out he threw it to the bench because the guy's wearing the same jersey. Referees asked him the next game, hey, dude, can you change your white shirt? Come on, I'll buy you another shirt if I have to. Maybe. I don't know. It's just the whole thing of the Dallas Mavericks. They're now on my list of teams I dislike. Mark Cuban, who loves to mouth off about everything under the sun. Lil Wayne calls him out and says the most despicable thing, and Mark Cuban responds back by giving him floor seats. Come on, Mark Cuban. That's weak. Luka Doncic gets dunked on and then fakes and flops around. That's weak. A waiter trips Stephen Curry. Could you imagine if Steph Curry blows out his knee tripping over a waiter courtside? Weak. So the Dallas Mavericks, you have now made my list of teams I dislike. I just wanted to let everybody know about that.
The waiter thing is what's bizarre to me because, like, I get that you need to go ahead and accommodate the floor seating and things like that.
No. In fact, Adam Silver needs to get rid of those stupid floor seats and those bougie people that sit down there that think that I am watching television to see a bunch of rich people standing down there trying to mug to get on television. I'm not. I'm really not.
I don't think anyone is unless you're a fan of watching the New York Knicks suffer because you want to see Spike Lee's troubled face.
Even Spike Lee's act is old. The whole people sitting courtside, getting camera time, your act is old.
I mean,
No, it's old. Okay, give me one good reason why I should pay attention or why I'm forced to watch those clowns sitting on the floor seats.
Because Billy Crystal doesn't have a lot of TV time left.
CLOWNS, clowns. All right, coming up in the program. We've got more gift cards to give away from Hooters. We've got passes coming up the next hour to the Pac-12 tournament. You're going to win a ticket to every game of the Pac-12 tournament, which begins Wednesday in Scottsdale. But coming up next, there's a lot of stuff I liked in the NBA playoffs this weekend. There's a lot of stuff I hated. I'm going to tell you what's right about the NBA playoffs, and I'm going to tell you what's wrong about the NBA playoffs. All of that's coming up next here on 1290.
This is David Amata, and here's what's trending on 1290 here at 3:38. Arizona softball will once again head to the Super Regionals after they stayed unbeaten out in Columbia, Missouri, and now they will go to Mississippi State, where they will be taking on the Bulldogs as they take the hosting duties against the Wildcats. And Arizona Cardinals will be the focus of HBO Hard Knocks on the midseason special of the program, their second time doing a midseason focus after doing the All or Nothing series for Amazon back in 2015. Major League Baseball has officially suspended Yankees third baseman Josh Donaldson after comments he made towards White Sox shortstop Tim Anderson that were deemed inappropriate by the organization. The Washington Commanders could end up calling Virginia their home after the franchise officially spent $100 million on land in Virginia for a possible new stadium for the franchise. And that's what's trending locally and nationally on 1290. Still more to come on the Rich Herrera Show. This is Wildcats Radio 1290.
Thanks for joining us, everybody. It's the Rich Herrera Radio Show on a Monday. You know, I watched a lot of NBA basketball over the weekend. Didn't watch much baseball. Watched some golf on Sunday, but really paid attention to the NBA. In fact, I kind of worked my whole schedule around the NBA on Friday for the Warriors and the Mavs, and then on Saturday for the Celtics Heat game, which was pretty darn good. And then made sure that I barbecued and timed everything out from the starting of my fire to throwing hot dogs and pork chops on. Yes, that's right. I doubled up on the pork on Sunday to watch the Warriors and the Mavs, and it turned out to be an amazing game. So as I was spending so much time watching the NBA, I wanted to throw this out at you. Please tell me if you agree or you disagree. And I'll let you call in 520-848-1290, 520-848-1290. I got some things that I think the NBA is doing right at this point of the year. There's some things that I think the NBA is doing right. But there's way more things that I see the NBA doing wrong right now that just make me shake my head. So let me run through this with you. What's the NBA doing right as we speak? These playoff games, the entire playoffs, have been fantastic. They've been exciting, or they've been blowouts where one player just stepped up and just slapped down the other team. The NBA playoffs have been thrilling. I've had more games where I end up standing in front of my television pacing around because the NBA playoffs have been so good this year. The Warriors series with the Memphis Grizzlies, phenomenal. This Warriors-Mavs series, games have been great. Celtics and the Heat have been great games. The Suns and the Heat, the Suns and the Mavericks, great games. All these games have been really, really good. And the stars have shown up to shine when they really needed them. Luka single-handedly taking the Mavs past the Suns, who fell apart and choked in Game 7. Klay Thompson, Game 6, putting away the Memphis Grizzlies. Pretty amazing. Jimmy Butler coming out on fire, taking it to everybody that he's taken to. The Celtics getting behind Smart and having him lead, along with Tatum, into the Eastern Conference Finals. The stars have shown up. The games have been great. But all of that, as I've been watching the NBA, and I don't know, maybe I'm an old man now. Maybe I'm not. Maybe you see this as well. 520-848-1290, 520-848-1290. The NBA players whine more than my 6-year-old nephew, Kane. So Kane's 6. He's in the first grade. If he doesn't get his way, his stomach hurts. And if that doesn't work, then he falls down and he starts crying. And then he starts sobbing so much you can't hear what he's saying. And then he'll throw a temper tantrum if he doesn't get his way. It's what most 6-year-olds do. My niece, she's 5. Her name's Alice. If she doesn't get her way, she's either going to kick you, tell you she hates you, And then she's going to start crying. Take my nephew and my niece's names out of it and replace them with every player in the playoffs in the NBA, maybe except for Steph Curry, Klay Thompson. They don't complain that much. But take my nephew Kane's name out of it and put Draymond Green's name into it. Now, I'm a Warriors fan. I'm glad Draymond's on my team. If you're on the other team, I'd hate him. But what does Draymond do? He whines, and he cries, and he complains about every single foul that ever goes against him. In every player in the NBA seems like they're doing one of two things right now. So, Adam Silver, I'd love to hear you talk about this. Either we get whining, crying, carping, complaining basketball players on every single foul. My gosh, you would act like none of these players have ever been fouled before in their life, and they don't know how to react. I go up for a dunk, and I dunk over the top of you, and you've got position, and they call offensive. Oh, my God, you act like I took your firstborn child. You reach in and grab a guy as he's running by you, and you act like I personally assaulted you or I took umbrage with your mother. Every single play. If you're an NBA referee, they should just go ahead and maybe add a sound effect to your whistle, blow the whistle, and then immediately just have players carping at you because that's all they do. Why is it that the NBA players have gone from tough guys 20 years ago, 30 years ago, to the biggest bunch of whiny crybabies you'll ever see on the face of the earth today? I mean, literally, the players in the NBA today act like first and second. No, that's not even fair to first and second graders. I was going to say they act like kindergartners who haven't had their naps. And they do it game after game after game. And the funny part of all of this is you had a referee last night that just told Draymond, technical foul, I've had enough of your nonsense. And you know what people are screaming? We didn't come here to see the referee. We came here to see the game. Well, I tuned in to watch the game, not to watch Draymond whine and cry and complain and bellyache for 2.5 hours on my television. I didn't tune into the game to watch a player commit an egregious foul and then stick his hands up in the air and go, what did I do? What did I do? They're like Vinny Barbarino. Who? What? Where? It is a joke that you have that on one side. So anybody who commits a foul is instantly persecuted as if it's the Spanish Inquisition and they have to defend themselves. The flip side of that, and this is what I really want to get into on the program, the flops that we're getting in the NBA right now are worse than World Cup soccer. You want to talk about the greatest acting jobs? Hey, ESPYs, you should give awards only for the flops that we have in the NBA, and you'd be able to fill 4 hours of the greatest acting jobs and con jobs you've ever seen. And now I know the next trend that's coming after watching the Celtics play. Did you watch the Celtics play this weekend, Dragon Ball?
I did.
Did you see when Smart and I think it was Tatum went down and you thought we were going to actually have to amputate their limbs on the floor?
Okay, for Smart, that was legitimate because the guy landed on his leg and twisted it. Like, that hurts.
It did hurt. Okay, it hurt.
And Smart is a small guy. He got landed on by one of Miami's bigs. That's not going to feel good. Tatum's arm thing, I feel that was... It was more so that he was more concerned about the idea that, oh, did I just get Kelly Olynyk'd? In the fact of, let's not forget, Kelly Olynyk, when he latched on to Kevin Love's arms, he snapped him back.
You know what? You must be a real big fan of their acting. Because as they walked off the floor, yeah, I know it hurts to roll your ankle. But my gosh, did you see him withering in pain on the ground? He can't get up. Same thing with the shoulder. They go back to the locker room, and then they triumphantly return back, and the crowd goes crazy as they come back. I get it, you're hurt. I get it, it stings. I get it, it's an injury. But you know what? that's going to continue to go on in the NBA because it keeps going on with the rest of the acting jobs, bad acting jobs, may I add, that we're seeing in the National Basketball Association. Henceforth, the Luka Doncic flop could be the biggest con job that anybody's ever tried to pull off in the history of professional sports. The Luka Doncic, if you don't know what I'm talking about, can you cue up the Wiggins slam dunk for me? Andrew Wiggins goes and he throws down a monster jam in the face of Luka Doncic, and Luka is posterized. But maybe not, says the referee, because of the acting job of Luka Doncic.
Brunson defends, snaps it outside to Wiggins. Goes by below! Oh! Drops the sledgehammer! But they're going to wipe it away.
They called an offensive foul. Wow. Oh my goodness. I've got to see this again. I do not understand that. They're going to take a look at this. They are going to take a look at this. Oh, that's a poster. I'm sorry.
Steve, I think Kerr is going to challenge it.
That is a poster. That should be an and one, if anything.
Give me Stephen Curry on Wiggins on the poster cut 5. So the play goes on. Hold on a second. The play goes on. The referee blows his whistle because Luka flops in midair. Head snaps back, tumbles to the ground, lays there as if he's just been gotten a forearm shiver by Lawrence Taylor. Steve Kerr actually had to call timeout to get the referees to review the play, and then they found out Luka never even got hit. Luka never got touched. Here's Steph Curry talking about the Wiggins poster.
Is that your favorite Wiggins dunk?
Absolutely.
You like the Towns one early in the year.
Huh?
You like the Towns one early in the year, though.
Well, that's just fourth quarter and a big win. Not just because it was Luka, because it was the way it looked. It was unbelievable. And we got to see it 800 replays because of the challenge. So appreciate you, Mark. That was nice.
So they kept watching the replay, watching the replay, watching the replay. Here's Steve Kerr on that dunk.
Yeah, it was phenomenal. I mean, anytime Wiggs gets a runway and he can go off 2 feet, it's impressive to watch. He had one early in the season against Minnesota where he dunked on Karl Anthony Towns. It reminded me of this one tonight. But it's just so fun to see Wiggs playing at this level and getting his due. We'd be dead without him. I mean, he's spending every second, guarding Doncic. It's such a difficult job, and we have to have Wiggs, and he's doing a great job.
But the fact that Luka, and it's not Luka himself, but it's the entire NBA. The flops that you see, when you watch the replays and you see guys' heads snap back, but in slow motion matrix version of a stunt show that they never got touched, like Luka threw his head back as if he had taken a punch from Mike Tyson and then goes sailing onto the floor. The acting jobs in the NBA right now are a joke. And it takes away from the game. If you're Adam Silver, you want to do something to tidy up your game on the biggest stage, why not start throwing down some fines on guys flopping and trying to get fouls the way they do in World Cup soccer? Because that's about what we're getting right now.
And the answer to that is that they tried that. And it wasn't deterring the flopping.
No, what were they doing? They were calling fouls. Well, no. I'm saying, you want to stop it? Hit him in the pocketbook. If you flop and we review it and we see that it's a complete flop, I'm going to fine you $100,000. I'm going to really fine you and take some money out of your pocket. That will stop the flopping like that. It takes away from the game. And if anything, it's kind of dishonest, don't you think? If I'm trying to, is it a little bit of cheating maybe? It's a little bit of cheating. If I'm sitting there faking getting a fouled, faking taking a foul, faking taking a hard shot to the head where I never even get touched, fall to the ground to try to influence the outcome of the game, is that any better than cheating?
So, Rich, I already told you, they've been doing this. They have been finding flops. They started finding the flop in 2012.
How much are they finding them?
going back into the Wayback Machine to try and find the numbers and things like that, they were finding players about $25,000.
$25,000 is like finding me a quarter. Nobody cares about $25,000. $100,000 I might get your attention. $200,000 I might get your attention. They don't care. $25,000 isn't squat. You already heard Draymond Green say, I don't care. I'll say what I want. Fine me $25,000. I'll pay the fine. $25,000 is nothing. Hit him in the pocketbook hard enough, and we'll stop the flopping.
And then here was the response. Again, this was going into 2013. There were 8 players fined for flopping during the playoffs. You know, you had a couple of
2013.
Guys. This is going back to 2013. This is where I found these numbers here. So you had Tony Allen, who is an all-defensive player, was fined for flopping. You had the Knicks' J.R. Smith.
How much?
So in total, they said the amounts of fines were insufficient when average player's salary was $5.5 million.
That's what I'm saying.
Stern, that was Stern's comment.
So right now, you want to stop the flopping? Because it takes away from the game. It takes away from the game watching them flop like that. You want to find somebody $100,000? I bet you that gets your attention. You want to find somebody the cost of their BMW? I bet you that gets your attention. I bet you that stops the flopping. Adam Silver, is this really what the NBA is going to become? If flopping is getting worse and worse and worse and worse.
And that comment about the 2013 numbers, let's remember, that was David Stern that was saying that, the former commissioner saying that.
It's been going on forever. And it takes away from the game. I think, I'm going to tell you right now, I think flopping equals cheating. Because you're trying to get a call over that you don't deserve. You're trying to change the outcome of the game by faking something, by being dishonest. A flop is being dishonest. Let's be very candid about that. A flop is being dishonest. I want your opinion. 520-848-1290, 520-848-1290, the number for you to join us here on the program. All right, we'll take telephone calls about that coming up in the next hour. Oh, I've got so much for you. Coming up on the program. I'm Rich Herrera. This is Wildcats Radio 1290. Rich Rare Show rolls on, brought to you in part today by Topo Chico Margarita Hard Seltzer and Topo Chico Ranch Water Hard Seltzer. Meet the newest members of the Topo Chico Hard Seltzer family, Topo Chico Margarita Hard Seltzer and Topo Chico Ranch Water Hard Seltzer. They're available throughout Southern Arizona. Coming up on Friday, you get an opportunity. No, actually Thursday, right? Thursday, because I'm taking Friday off, going on vacation. I'm actually going to go to New York City and visit my son at the Merchant Marine Academy. It's Fleet Week. So I'm not sure I might make it back in one piece. Is the Navy's going to take over New York City on Memorial Day weekend. But I want to go. Like, I've never seen the Statue of Liberty. I've been to New York a bunch of times, but only to work and call games and broadcast. So I've never gone as a tourist. So I said, a couple things I wanted to see was the Statue of Liberty, and I wanted to go to Ground Zero. So those are the two things I know we're going to do. The rest of the time it's Fleet Week. So the Navy comes in, they'll bring in 4 or 5 warships, and the city opens up its arms to all the sailors that roll through. So that's going to be fun running around in New York this weekend. Quick reminder. The Arizona men's basketball camps are now open for registration. The camps will take place June 13th and the week of June 20th for kids ages 6 to 14. Camp lasts from 9 a.m. to 4:30 each day. They'll take place in McHale Center and the Richard Jefferson Gym. For more information and to sign up, go to ArizonaBasketballCamp.com, ArizonaBasketballCamp.com. All right, let me take some telephone calls. Number for you to join us, 520-848-1290, 520-848-1290. Bill, line 1, welcome. You're on Wildcats Radio 1290. How are you, Bear Down?
Great, Rick Bear Down. You hit on a topic that's been bugging me for a while, the flopping, and not just that. Somebody's going to break their neck from switching back like that. It is like the World Cup, but it's worse because there's only 5 guys on the court, and the cameras are on top of them, and there's 1,000 different angles to see your flop. So I agree that you need to find, the NBA is hard to watch anyway, with them shoving politics down your throat and knowing how much money they make in China and not saying anything about China. And, just the way, if that was done, if they did any flopping like that in the 80s, early 90s, there would have been some retribution. They would have given them good reasons to go down on the ground.
Like, I don't want to be, Bill, I don't want to be an old man like, back in my day, they used to do it a lot better. Nobody wants to hear that. But
everybody says it, though. Everybody
it does, but I don't want to come off as the old guy. Get off my lawn. But hold on, Bill. Listen to this. When you took a hard charge or you took a hard foul back in the day, just think when Jordan started playing. When Jordan started playing against the bad boys, they actually did try to decapitate him. They actually did give you a hard foul. Now, I get close to you, you fake that hard foul and act as if you just got hit in the face by Bill Lambier.
Plus, what happened when that happened is the guy stood up and said, "You didn't hurt me."
Right.
You didn't say anything like that. And, I won't be the old man. I'll be what's happening right now. Go on any playground. Go on any do a pickup game. You're not going to see that because you call your own fouls. Anybody knows if you play in the streets and you play on the courts around this country, if you call a foul, any foul like that,
people are going to look at you like, down. Seriously, bro, seriously, you're going to call that foul?
You are something that rhymes with whoopee.
Oh, stop. Don't go there. Don't go there. All right, I'm going to run. Bill.
I never. Okay.
I know. Don't scare me like that. Dragon Ball's over there. He just started sweating through his Jungle Cruise shirt because he thought you were going to say something. Get out of here, Bill. You're the best.
I'm close to that.
Bill, thanks, man. I appreciate your call. You watch the game right now, and it is amazing watching these guys flip and flop and fall down and act as if they just got their leg ripped off. The way that they try to pick up a foul, it's almost to the point now where it really is acting class. It really is acting class. I don't think it hurts. I don't think it helps the game at all. If you're watching the game, do you really want to see your guy try to pick up a cheap foul by pretending to be fouled? And then they got to stop. Let's review this one. Is it a this? Is it a that? You listen to Jeff Van Gundy. and Mark Jackson call the game, half the game they're calling is just talking about how dumb the NBA is because of this rule, that rule, and the flopping. I don't think we need to go back to the days of the bad boys with Lambeer trying to take off your head or Kevin McHale trying to slam dunk your head into the floor. But you've gone from way, way, way one end of the pendulum to now, if I just look at you, you might fall down and go, I see you looked at me the wrong way. Oh, you hit me with your eyelash. Oh, my God, my shoulder's about to come out of the socket. Please call a technical foul on him. And what did I get the shot? Give me the ball out of bounds. That's basically what you hear, just the whining and the crying and the complaining when it comes to the NBA. It's kind of pathetic. It's kind of pathetic that you watch this I'm going to call it a travesty, because it takes away from the game, which right now you've got some of the best athletes in the world from everywhere around the world. You've got guys that can jump through gyms from every walk of life in every country in the world. It's a bigger global game than you've ever had in your life. There's no reason why you've got to fake a foul or flop down in order to make this game exciting. It's exciting enough as it is. And that's one of the reasons why in America, most of us, except for Dragon Ball, who likes soccer, you're a soccer guy, aren't you?
Yes, I like soccer.
Okay. That explains a lot. A lot of Americans think soccer is stupid because we watch people get knocked down, they're withering in pain, faking an injury, and then they get taken off and they're limping. Oh my God, I'm not sure he's ever going to be able to play again. The injury he just took on that sliding tackle. Or if they have to take him off in a stretcher, and you've seen this before, they take him off in a stretcher in the World Cup, only to see him come back 5 minutes later, and it's as if he's the bionic man and nothing ever hurt him. It becomes a joke. And the NBA is slowly, now I'm not even going to say slowly, they're quickly rushing to that type of faking an injury or faking a foul. And they're about the same level as soccer right now, in my opinion. Agree, disagree with me. 520-848-1290. 520-848-1290, the number for you to join us. Coming up bottom of the hour, Alex White's going to join us. He's going to give us a recap. Arizona softball over the weekend. Told everybody he was a hater. Haters going to hate all you want. We're going on to the Super Regionals. We'll talk to him about that. I am a big fan of Alec White. I think he's one of the best multimedia journalists in town. And he does it all. He takes. We talked with Ryan Finley from the Arizona Daily Star. I pointed out, I think Alex, tremendous talent, great writer, works on podcasts, does a lot of video presentation, a lot of social media work for the Arizona Daily Star. So we'll talk to him bottom of the hour about all of that with the Arizona softball team. But I do want to get your telephone calls. 520-848-1290. 520-848-1290. Am I just over exaggerating? Am I just way too much of an old man going, back in my day, you actually had to get hurt before you got a foul? Or as you watch the NBA, you're like, seriously? How much whining are you going to do because you reached in and you committed a foul? How much whining are you going to do because you did actually stop him from getting a layup? And then how much flopping are you going to do just trying to get a call that you don't deserve? Chicanery, dishonesty, that equals cheating in my book. Did Luka Doncic, when he flops on the ground after not getting hit in the face and acting as if he just got hit in the eye and almost lost his orbital socket, what?
I mean, some of these guys are getting hit. Some of these guys are getting hurt.
There's guys that are getting hit, absolutely. Luke had a big scratch across his face.
Right.
But when you go down and no one touches you, when you go down and you fall down and no one touches you, or someone barely brushes across you and you launch yourself out of a cannon as if it's the Indiana Jones stud show at Disney World, that's a joke. And that's dishonest. What Luka did when he flopped on that Wiggins slam dunk, was that legit? Or is he trying to trick the referee through dishonesty into getting the dunk wiped away and giving his team an advantage? You tell me.
I think that there was, when he was going up to try and stop the shot, I think he saw where Wiggins was coming from and he wasn't prepared and he flinched thinking the contact was coming. And then as soon as he hit the ground, he thought, maybe, just maybe, I can go ahead and get this away.
The next time you're able to do the Vulcan mind melt and you know what's in his head, I'm
never going to be able to tell what's going on in someone's head.
But did he flop? Did he jerk back and act as if he were fouled? Yes.
Yes.
Then is that dishonest?
Some would describe it as gamesmanship.
Others would call it being dishonest. You know it's dishonest if I'm sitting here trying to act my way into a certain call. And I'm doing it on purpose. That's dishonest. And if it's dishonest, then isn't it cheating? How do you defend that? You can't. 520-848-1290, 520-848-1290. Please tell me that I'm wrong. Because you're sitting here shaking your head at me. Well, it's gamesmanship. Is it? If I'm purposely trying to manipulate the outcome of what's going on in the game through dishonesty by faking being fouled, is that being honest or is that cheating?
Okay. Is framing a pitch in baseball dishonest?
That's not, there's a big difference between the two. Those aren't even apples and oranges.
Okay.
And by the way, there is no such thing in framing. That's the stupidest thing I've ever heard. I hear it all, but he's so good at framing. He's so good at framing. Folks, I will tell you this. Baseball's dumb because they never tell anybody this. Every umpire is graded after every game. And if I have Dragon Ball or Rich Rare behind the plate and I'm so good at framing that I'm stealing 20 pitches a game because I'm so good at framing, that umpire would be reprimanded and he'd point out that, hey, listen, look at Dragon Ball. He's dragging the mitt back in there, stealing pitches from you. And it would last a total of about one game. So the whole thing of these guys are framing pitches. What they could do is to frame a pitch is not get in the way so he could see the ball getting all the way there. But nobody gets fooled by having the catcher ease the glove back into the plate, because once they get that grade afterwards, it would point out, hey, by the way, I know you called it a strike. You actually have to answer for it. You actually have to answer to it to your supervisor to say, hey, that guy kind of eased the ball back in and you gave him the strike. It was a ball. Why did you do it? They're corrected on every one of those. So the whole thing of all these techno nerds and just because I've got a website, I think I know I'm an expert. No, nothing. 0.2 for Rich. I'm on fire today. Come on, bring it. I want to hear from people today. 520-848-1290, 520-848-1290, the number for you to join us. Now, a quick reminder, I've got two giveaways today in this hour during the Box Office Blitz. 2. That's how big today's program is. I've got 2. So the first one, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, we gave away was a
Hooters gift card.
Hooters gift card for $25. The next one I'm going to give away will be, I'm going to do this. I want to give away tournament passes for the Pac-12 tournament. Arizona will play their first game Wednesday, 9 a.m., Scottsdale Stadium. They'll take on Oregon. I've got a pass for the entire Pac-12 tournament. You'll have tickets to every single game that Arizona and the rest of the Pac-12 field will play. You will go to every single game for the tournament. I got that ticket for you right now. You need to call in. Go ahead and fire off the Box Office Blitz, and I'll tell you what caller to be.
Tucson, are you ready to win? The Wildcats Radio 1290 box office is now open.
Hey guys, you ready to let the dogs out?
With tickets to ball games, concerts, movies, and more.
We have to get on. We have so much time and so little to do. Strike that. Reverse it. This way, please.
Start calling at 520-848-1290 to win. Good luck from Wildcats Radio 1290.
Oh, my God. Thank you.
Oh, you're welcome. We'll take caller number what, Dragaball?
We can go ahead and give away caller number 7.
Lucky number 7. Caller number 7. 777 coming out because 7 up coming out of the roll. Caller number 7 right now, 520-848-1290, 520-848-1290. Caller number 7, you win tickets not only to see Arizona take on Oregon Game 1 of the Pac-12 tournament, you'll have tickets for the entire event. Caller number 7 right now, 520-848-1290, 520-848-1290. Line up. You want to go see the Pac-12 tournament in Scottsdale? I got a pair of passes for the entire shebang for you right now by being caller number 7, 520-848-1290. I'm Rich Herrera. Coming up, we'll run through a little NFL update for you. Hey, Arizona Wildcats signed in Indianapolis. We'll tell you who it is next here on 1290. Rich Rare Radio Show rolls on, although I think I made somebody mad today, Dragon Ball. Because I've been on fire.
What have you done now?
Our friend Vicky listens to the program. Big Wildcat fan. She's also a Dallas Cowboy fan.
Oh.
So the fact I was talking bad about her Cowboys, she's not happy with me. Then I started talking bad about Dallas. I like the city of Dallas. I've been to Dallas. I've been to Fort Worth. What, are you making faces at Dallas?
Well, no, I'm wondering how bad she ripped into you, because Vicky's not.
No, I like Vicky.
Yeah,
no,
Vicky
she just said, I hurt her feelings.
She can get after somebody, though.
No, she said I hurt her feelings because I said bad things about her team because she loves the Dallas Cowboys. And I respect Dallas Cowboy fans. I just don't like the Cowboys. Is that trying to talk out of both sides of my mouth? I can respect you as a fan and still hate your team. Right?
For some, yes. For a majority, no.
What do you mean?
For some fans, there's a respectability to it, but there are other fans that are just very loud and obnoxious, and more often than not.
Like Steeler fans.
Hey, we try to be nice about it.
No, you guys are obnoxious.
I'm one of the few that everybody will say that I'm actually one of the better.
No, you Steeler fans are obnoxious. Vicky, again, respect their fans, just dislike the owner, the general manager. And we're rivals, so therefore, I'm not a big fan of the Dallas Cowboys. Now, I love when the Cowboys play the Niners. Love when the Niners play the Cowboys. That's a lot of fun. Yeah, I can hate your team. I can hate your team, but still respect the other fans. Unless it's Arizona State, then I just don't like any of them. Number for you to join us in the program, 520-848-1290, 520-848-1290. Coming up, I've got a gift card to Hooters to give away in this segment, so make sure you stick by your phone when you hear the Box Office Blitz. Call in. Like I said, we're blowing it up today. 5 different prizes in today's Box Office Blitz. 520-848-1290. I was going to tell you, Nick Foles signs with the Indianapolis Colts. He'll be the backup for Matty Ice. I think he's going to end up starting games this season. I think he's going to end up starting games because I'm not sure if Matty Ice is going to be able to stay on the field.
Knowing the bad luck that has followed the Indianapolis Colts quarterback position, I don't believe that there's any chance Matty Ice completes all 17 games of the season.
So I think Nick Foles is getting an opportunity at one point or the other. How much does Matty Ice have left in the tank? I don't know. How much does Nick have? Nick's been in the league 10 years now. Former MVP of the Super Bowl. But has he ever gotten a legitimate shot since that Super Bowl? This is a backup to Carson Wentz. Wentz goes down, wins the Super Bowl MVP. Wentz comes back, he's out, goes to Jacksonville, injures his shoulder first week, never gets a chance to come back again. And now he's going to be the backup to Matt Ryan in Indianapolis. It just looks weird to see Matt Ryan wearing a Colts jersey. It looks weird to see Ryan Tannehill wearing a Titans jersey. It's going to be really weird seeing Russell Wilson wear a Bronco jersey.
Yeah, that one's going to be
going to be odd. It's weird seeing Tom Brady wearing a Bucs jersey. It's weird seeing Dak Prescott wear a Cowboy jersey. Sorry, Vicky, I just couldn't resist. Number for you to join us in the program, 520-848-1290, 520-848-1290. I was going to go to a sports bar tonight to watch the Heat-Celtic game, but I better be careful. There might be a Cowboy fan that's looking for me.
Might be looking for you.
Well, I mean, listen, whenever I'm on the network, all I ever do is make fun of the Cowboys anyway, so might as well do it here, too. Let me go to David, line 1. David, welcome. Bear down. You're on Wildcats Radio 1290. How are you?
I'm doing well, Rich. How about yourself?
What is going on, my man? Now, by the way, I'm still working on VIP collars. David is one of our VIP collars, but what do they call it when you get into college, but you don't get into college all the way? Like you get
walk-on?
No, you're not a walk-on. It's like my son got into a couple schools where he didn't get the letter of acceptance. He got the letter saying, okay, if you pass your grades. Oh, what do they call it? There's a name for it.
Is it temp?
No, not temp. Oh, I'll think of it in just a second. Anyway, David, you're one of our VIP callers. If you don't mess up and lose, your status? Like we'll yank your blue check mark depending on the quality of your call.
I'll definitely be probably pushing my limits today because as a former catcher, I do have to say that I agree with you to a degree, but there's a part of me that says I disagree in that I know that catchers are not going to sit back there and frame an entire game. But catchers, being probably what I would consider one of the smartest players on a baseball field at any one given time.
Why do they call it the tools of ignorance then?
They know when to deceive an umpire, and they know how to deceive an umpire.
Well, wait a minute. Hold on.
I know.
This is okay. Hold on. This is where you're going to lose your VIP status. Are you talking about amateur or are you talking about big leagues? Because there's a big difference between the two.
I see it from both sides. An amateur, it's much easier to do.
Amateur, you could steal a call. Amateur, you could steal a pitch because the umpire, they're not the best of the best. So, yeah, I would agree. Now, amateur, high school, little league, you could steal a pitch. That's absolutely true.
And where I'm going to say this, and from the pros' perspective, I'm not saying that every time. And I get it. I understand what you were saying, that these umpires then get reviewed. But a catcher will maybe once or twice in a given game try to make a play or make a frame a pitch in a very important moment. Now they won't do it often. They won't because they're too bright for that.
So what do you mean? What do you mean by framing a pitch?
Where they'll actually position their bodies in a place where if that ball hits their glove right where they place the glove, an umpire may miss that. If that pitch hits the location exactly where the catcher placed it, he's not necessarily framing with his glove. He's framing with his body.
Okay. Is it a ball or a strike? Wait a minute. Hold on. Is it a ball or a strike? Did he take a ball? Did he take a ball and turn it into a strike?
I've seen many occasions in which that pitcher hits the exact location, and it's a ball, but the umpire will call it a strike.
Great.
I've seen it on occasion.
You've seen it on occasion. And guess what happens guess what happens after that?
Oh, they'll reprimand the referee, the umpires. Yes. However, I'm just saying
hold on. Time out. That might happen once in a blue moon, because as soon as that happens, and the umpire has to answer and write a report, how did you miss that call? He'll be corrected, and the rest of his crew will be corrected, and before you know it, the entire staff will be corrected. Hey, as David's back there, and he's going to do this, you got to be careful that you don't let him fool you into missing that pitch, because I'm not judged on whether David caught it correctly. I'm judged on what Strike Man tells me what it is. And if Strike Man says that's a ball and you call it a strike, you'll be corrected, and that thing will go away. You can't repeatedly do that more than once before it gets corrected and the umpires go, I can't fall for that.
Absolutely, and I'm saying, this is something that catchers don't do on a regular basis. They're not doing it on every pitch at every at-bat.
Sure.
No, they cannot get away with this. There will be catchers that will attempt this on special occasions where it's a very meaningful at-bat, a very meaningful pitch. There will be those times that they try that. And this goes without saying that people start to earn reputations. You look at it, we go back to soccer.
Okay, see, that's old school. Hold on. I got to make sure we correct this. In fact, Boone's going to come on Boone's Corner that we post up on our YouTube page talking about this.
Yeah.
Say what you were going to say again, that people earn reputations.
Oh, people earn reputation. With Neymar, you look at this guy.
Okay.
He used to flop on everything. Now he's earned the reputation. I've seen games in which he gets hammered. Referees will not blow the whistle now.
Okay, I get that. So now you're talking about
reputation.
Now you're talking about soccer, which I don't care about. But back in baseball, if you keep doing that, you're gonna get corrected, and you won't get away with it more than once, because the rest of the umpire supervisors will send this out. Hey, David's trying to cheat you right here out of that pitch. Don't let him do it. Because all they care about is they don't care about the reputation. They don't care about the reputation. What they care about, at the end of the game, they get scored. How many pitches did you miss? Did you shoot? And again, the staff average is 96, meaning they missed 4 pitches on for each team. They missed four
Well,
pitches
one of
for
the
the
guys
home,
that I saw-
4 pitches on the away team.
One of the guys that I thought was excellent at doing that was Joe Girardi. Joe Girardi was phenomenal at making sure that ball hit the location that he was selecting.
Right.
And there would be times that the umpires would miss the call.
But remember, that's way before the technology that we have now. Remember, it was Quest Tech,
I do give
then
you
the
that.
Z
That
system.
is the,
now it's
the
Strike,
the
man.
Strikecast.
Yeah, you don't get the same. You don't get it. The technology's gotten better, and the grading's getting harder. But unfortunately, we have a bunch of people that sit in the booth to talk about that stuff that have never been down to the umpire's room to actually look at the disc. I've actually sat there and watched the disc and seen what they call, and then go, you need to explain how you called this pitch. I don't know any other broadcasters has ever done that before.
Yeah, I totally agree with you that this modern technology is going to start eliminating that ability to frame pitches, or maybe even not even frame, but just set up in a specific location.
Yet if you listen if you listen to every ball game, every guy sitting in the booth will talk about, look how he's framing a pitch. Oh, look what he's doing over here. Look what he's doing over there. I will tell you this. I'm one of the few, when I worked in baseball, I'm one of the few that ever said, I'm going to walk down into the umpire's room. I go down to the umpire's room on a routine basis and talk with the umpires. And you know what they tell me, David? They said, it's a shame that nobody comes down here to talk to us anymore to learn more about the game. They said the last person to do that was Vin Scully. Vin Scully would walk down every series and sit down in the umpire room for a couple of minutes, chat with them, get their perspective on things. And he said, now nobody comes down here to see us anymore. All right, you know what? I figured it out. You're a provisional VIP caller.
Provisional. Yes, that's it.
That's like when I got into college, some places they said, you're provisional. If you don't get arrested and you don't flunk all your classes, maybe we'll let you in. So you're a very important provisional caller.
And see, I was one of those provisional students that decided to take more credits than he should have been taking by coming in and disagreeing with you. But, sometimes we have to agree to disagree. But I do agree with you in that the technology today is going to eliminate that. But you will still see a catcher try it.
Right. And if he gets away with it at that moment, good on him. If he gets away with it on that moment, good on him. But understand that umpire will be corrected, and fool me once, shame on you. Fool me twice, shame on me. All right, get out of here, David. Thanks for the call.
I totally get that.
All right, bear down. Thanks. Bet. See you, bud. Can we give away Hooters gift card right now?
We can go ahead and do that.
We can go ahead and do that. Dragon Ball's giving us permission.
Hey, Tucson.
We are the sports station that gives you stuff just for listening.
Hachi Machi. The Wildcats Radio 1290 box office is now open. Oh my God! With tickets to ball games, concerts, movies, and more.
I know, it's crazy. Welcome to the Thunderdome, people.
Start calling at 520-848-1290 to win. From Tucson's best sports station, Wildcats Radio 1290.
All right, Dragon Ball, pick a number, any number of 1 through 10.
Go for 10.
All right, caller number 10 right now, 520-848-1290, 520-848-1290. Caller number 10, you're going to win a $25 gift card to Hooters just for listening to this radio show. All right, I went a little long. I apologize. Alec White of the Arizona Daily Star is going to join us to talk a little softball. That's next here on 1290.
This is David Amon, and here's what's trending on Wildcats Radio 1290 here at 4:38. The Wildcats are in the running for one of 2023's top running back prospects after 3-star Cameron Taylor from California put the Wildcats in his final 5 schools. And drama at the Arizona Cardinals OTAs after quarterback Kyler Murray announced that he will be skipping the team's voluntary workouts for the first week. And a new report after the toxicology results came back revealed that former Steelers quarterback Dwayne Haskins was legally drunk at the time of his death in Florida, where he was struck on the Florida interstate. And as the Eastern Conference Finals gets set to continue next hour, the Heat will be without Sixth Man of the Year Tyler Hero, but Jimmy Butler says he will return and play in Game 4 for the Heat. That's what's trending locally and nationally on 1290. Still more to come on the Rich Herrera Show. This is Wildcats Radio 1290.
We continue with you here on the home of the Arizona Wildcats, Wildcats Radio 1290, also broadcasting today on YouTube, Facebook Live, and our website, wildcatsradio1290.com. All right, we talked a little bit about Arizona softball as they headed into their regional in Columbia, Missouri, taking on Mizzou, who was the host school, team that was supposed to advance on to the Super Regionals. And, a lot of people were not giving the Wildcats much of a chance going into SEC country and thinking that they would advance on to the Super Regionals. But Caitlin Lowe and the group said, au contraire, mon frere, not only are we going to go back there, we're going to advance to the Super Regionals. Had a real nice article in today's Arizona Daily Star. Alec White, who, before you put him on, I'm going to talk behind his back. I told this to Ryan, the sports editor. Remember we had Ryan on a couple weeks ago?
I do recall this.
And I told Ryan, I think Alec is one of the best multimedia journalists that we have in this town, and he's a superstar, and he's going to go on to huge things, and we're going to go, oh, do you remember that Alec White kid that used to work here? Look what a big star he is now. He's going to be like Todd Grisham. Todd Grisham at one time was a weekend sports anchor here in Tucson. Then he went on to WWE, and now he's one of the biggest boxing and MMA announcers in the world. I think Alec is going to be that same kind of story coming out of Tucson, going on to be a big star. He's joining us right now on Wildcats Radio 1290. Alec, how are you?
I'm doing great, Rich. Thank you so much for the kind words. I mean a lot.
Well, I did. I said it to your boss without you even being here.
Yeah, no, he didn't even tell me that you said those words. It's all news to me, but, I'm going to do my best to make Tucson proud and wherever I go. But for now, man, it's been great covering the Arizona Wildcats these last couple of years.
And he does a great job. He does a lot of the social media work, the podcasting, posting stories and videos. He's a tremendous multimedia journalist, and happy to have him on the program. All right, for those that missed it, because I think a lot of people, Alec, were sleeping on the Arizona Wildcats softball team. Caitlin Lowe, first time taking over from Mike Candrea. They finished at the bottom of the standings of the Pacific 12 Conference. People are like, do they really deserve to go to the regionals? Are they going on their name and maybe not their body of work this year? There are a lot of haters out there that were talking about this is not going to be good for the Arizona Wildcats. They walked into Columbia, walked away with a ticket punch to the Super Regional. Tell me how they did it.
Well, I think first it starts with the fact that the pressure was off once they made the NCAA tournament. They snuck in, but there was so much pressure during the regular season with it being Caitlin Lowe's first year. Mike Candrea, he stepped away, but he's still, at Hillenbrand on a regular basis. A lot of the players grew up, being coached by Candrea, recruited by him. And so there was just a lot of pressure on this team to perform early on. And once they made the tournament, all of that weight was just lifted off their shoulders. So it allowed them to play just free and easy in this regional without the pressure of having, the expectations to make a College World Series or to just dominate a regional. So I think that helped. And then pitching was the huge story. Hannah Bowen threw 2 back-to-back complete games, the first 2 games of the regional. And then Devin Nett, she had her first postseason experience, first start in her postseason career, and she throws a complete game shutout to get Arizona to that Super Regional.
How much of an upset is it to have the Wildcats again? We know the brand name of the Arizona Wildcats, but this is the 2022 version of the team that, again, the haters were out talking about this team wasn't that good. How big of an upset is it to roll into Columbia, Missouri, and walk away with their ticket punched to the Super Regional?
I mean, it's an upset, but it's not a huge, earth-shattering upset. Like, for example, Florida State, the number 2 team in the country, that Arizona could have been matched up with them in a Super Regional. They were knocked off by Mississippi State. That's kind of a much bigger upset. Same goes for Stanford, which beat number 6 Alabama. And Bama's a team that, Arizona lost to in the College World Series last year. So it's still an upset, but Missouri was a number 15 seed. The top 16 get to host the regionals. So, by every definition, Arizona did upset Missouri, but it's not an earth-shattering one where you go, wow, this just came out of nowhere, and it's the biggest upset of the year.
Our friend Alec White joining us right now from the Arizona Daily Star, guest here on Wildcats Radio 1290. So as they advance, like you said, another big upset was Mississippi State winning their regional, and now they'll host. They weren't expecting to host, were they?
No, but the way the NCAA tournament set up is that you can put in bids to host down the line. So every school puts in a bid and say, hey, if given the opportunity, if the NCAA deems us worthy, based on seeding and whatnot, we want to host. And Mississippi State put in a bid to host in Starkville, and it was kind of splitting hairs between the two teams. But Mississippi State was the number 2 seed in their regional, Arizona the number 3 seed. So I think the tiebreaker between both teams getting a chance to host was Mississippi State just being more higher ranked than Arizona heading into tournament play.
Because we know if Arizona would have hosted, you sell that thing out all 3 games and have standing room only and not whole gang in front of the fraternity house down the left field line, standing there trying to watch that thing.
Oh yeah, tickets would have sold out, pretty instantly, and imagine the reaction. I mean, attendance was down. It was still strong this year at Hillenbrand. I was out for a number of games this year, and it wasn't sold out midway through the year when they were losing the Pac-12 games, but you're still getting close to 3,000 fans in Hillenbrand. I can only imagine what the reception would have been like to see this team come back to Tucson and host a Super Regional. It's unfortunate that it doesn't happen, but they've already boarded a plane and landed in Mississippi.
So, is the road to the Women's College World Series wide open for the Cats? I mean, if you think about it, some of the big dogs in this tournament aren't going to the Super Regionals. You talked about the Florida State upset, Alabama. I mean, this seems like it's kind of wide open with some of those top teams not making it to the Super Regionals.
In a way, yes. I think it helps, but Arizona just has to get past Mississippi State first. I think it's still really early to even consider this team, potentially making it far in the College World Series itself. They still got to get past the Bulldogs, win 2 of 3. But it helps their case, certainly, that the Bulldogs were able to beat Florida State, and it makes it somewhat more of a manageable matchup for the Wildcats to beat a team like Mississippi State that was middle of the road in the SEC, as opposed to, the Seminoles, which, had lost, I think, 5 or maybe fewer games all year going into the postseason. So it's definitely, the path is set up nicely for them to return to Oklahoma City. I don't know how confident I would feel about pushing them much further if they were to advance to OKC.
See, that's why I said all those nice things about Alec, because he's keeping me in line. Listen, for me, I think Caitlin Lowe first year, with everything they've gone through, like you said, the pressure, and I'm glad you pointed that out, because the pressure of taking over for the GOAT has got to be tremendous. Alec, in our business, everybody says, I don't want to be the guy to take over for the guy. I want to be the guy that takes over for the guy who took over for the guy.
Yeah, that third in line person as opposed to second in line.
I don't want to be Joe Davis. I don't want to take over for Vin Scully. I don't want to take over for Chick Hearn. I don't want to be the guy that takes over for those guys. I want to be the next guy out, because no matter what you do, it's never going to be enough.
Yeah, no, exactly. But I think, Caitlin was well prepared for this role. I mean, she's been on staff for several years. And I think just this time, last year when his retirement, was announced and seeing just the plan that was put in place, it was well thought out and crafted, as to who would take over. And, you knew that whenever Mike Candrea decided to leave the program, that he, the person next in line was going to need his blessing. And Caitlin Lowe had that and continues to have it. So I think she's just done a tremendous job this year, weathering the storm, being patient. And, she has really just let the girls on the team be themselves and play and figure out all their struggles on the field. And now you're seeing them, play free and happy, and it's paying off.
And Alec White joining us right now as we talk about Arizona softball. They've advanced on to the Super Regional. Alec, of course, you can read him in the Arizona Daily Star, Tucson.com. I suggest you subscribe to their starting five, where a lot of Alec's work is featured, that they send you an email. I think it comes out like 3 in the morning, because if I don't turn off my ringer, it wakes me up when that email comes out. But it's the first thing I see in the morning when I check my email before I get out of bed. It's interesting that when you look at what Caitlin's accomplished this year, she hasn't made wholesale changes, which probably wouldn't be the smartest thing to do, knowing that you've inherited this kingdom. But she's had to put her own little spin on things, because she can't just try to be Mike Candrea. There's only one Mike Candrea. She's kind of got to be her own person, and she's got to be able to make those little subtle adjustments that she talks about all the time. What kind of subtle adjustments have you seen her make in the program to put her signature on it while respecting everything that Coach Candrea has done?
Well, I think one of the big things that's happened this year is the emergence of freshman Paige Dimmler. I mean, she started this season on the bench. She's the only freshman in the starting lineup for the Wildcats this season. Everybody else is either a sophomore, a junior, or a senior. She's the only freshman. She was first team All Pac-12 freshman. But it didn't start that way. I mean, Peanut Martinez, she's been a staple in right field the last couple of years. She was on the team last year in right field that made it all the way to the College World Series. And Paige Dimmler came in as a pretty highly rated recruit that Caitlin recruited, and she was inserted into the lineup midway through the year and just really took off. And she's been batting between the 5 and 7 hole the majority of the year, and had a couple hits. Had one hit in the Missouri game on Sunday to help Arizona advance. So I think that's one adjustment. And then just figuring out the pitching rotation with Bowen and Devin Netz in the circle. Both pitchers have gone through some injuries, some ups and downs this year. So Caitlin's done a really great job of being able to figure out when to bring pitchers in, when to rest, when to trust certain pitchers in situations. And, Bowen usually sits the second game after she pitches a complete game. Caitlin said, Bo came to her on Saturday, said she wanted the ball, she got the ball, and threw, a 4-hit shutout against Missouri. So it's just those types of adjustments, learning to trust what your players are doing, what they say to you, has gone a long way.
Set it up for us. Like you said, they're already back in Starksville, Mississippi, middle of Southeastern Conference country. It's a best of 3. So set up what is next, the challenge for the Wildcats.
Well, the game starts Friday, and it's an early game. So, they kind of are fortunate that they're flying over to Mississippi now to continue to get adjusted to East Coast time, because the game's going to be 9 a.m. Tucson time on Friday. So we're going to wake up, Rich, and you and I are going to have softball on our TV that the Wildcats are playing in. It's going to be noon over there, but it's going to be breakfast for us. So I think, that's the setup is them learning to adjust. Some of these games over the weekend were more in the afternoon. And then they just got to be prepared for a potential rain delay. They had that, a weather delay Saturday against Missouri. There was lightning in the area. Game was delayed by about an hour and a half. Mississippi weather, I'm sure there's storms that go in and out on a daily basis. So they just got to be prepared for that.
Wow. Best of 3. Winner goes on to Oklahoma City. And wouldn't it be something if the Wildcats, through all their trials and travails this season, end up back at Oklahoma City? It would be a testament to the strength of this program. Hey, what are you working on next for the paper? I
mean, I'm still on softball duty all week. I'm we're going to be talking to the players here coming up, hopefully in the next day or so, on Zoom to get some, see how they're feeling ahead of the matchup, and I'll be writing in advance on that. And then kind of after that, it'll be reviewing the Southern Arizona high school sports scene. There were a lot of teams in Tucson that won state championships, either individually or as a team. This spring cycle especially, I mean, South Point, softball, CEO baseball. So I'm going to be doing, a fleshed out recap of, going down the list of who won to make sure everybody, is caught up. If anybody missed a high school team here that won a state title, I'm going to, make sure that doesn't go uncovered.
And then, of course, you do such a great job with prep football and all the rest of that. I look forward to all of the previews that we'll have for high school football this summer as well.
Oh, yeah. That'll be coming up quicker than I realized, because it'll be, before we know it, it's going to be late July, and we're getting ready for high school football, and before we know it, Jetfish and Arizona football.
Do you like covering the high school football?
I do. I think there's a really good appreciation that we get from covering it between the coaches and the players. What I found is that it's really an accomplishment for those athletes and coaches to be recognized in a format, either in the physical paper form or online, that they just feel so honored to kind of be a part of it and to be performing well. And so that really makes the job worth it for me, is to talk to them and hear some of the success stories that come out, because not a lot of Tucson athletes go on to be the most famous or well-known athlete, but there's a lot of them that still make a really big impact in the local community, and those stories are always fun to uncover.
Well, there's going to be a kid that you covered last year that went out and bought the newspaper. They probably subscribe online the way I do, but they went and bought the newspaper, clipped out your story, put it in a scrapbook, and 10 years from now, they'll probably look at it and go, oh, look at this story that Alec White wrote about me. And then 20 years from now, they'll show it to their kids. Hey, look, Alec White wrote about me in the Arizona Daily Star 20 years ago. Hey, look, here's your old man. Here's what I did in high school. It's kind of cool that you become part of their lives.
Yeah, it's really just a collection stone for them. It's something that they keep and treasure with them forever. So, I've had, several, student athletes or even parents that have, emailed me after the fact and said, hey, where can we get, either the paper version or, a PDF version, or, some of the photos that, one of our amazing photographers, either, Kelly Presnell or Becca Sansett, have taken. They're always looking to hold on to those memories as long as possible. So it's really gratifying to play a part in that.
It's funny. In my house, we have the shrine. We have this little place in our house, and I don't know what's supposed to go on there, but there's like a shadow box, and there's lights on it, and it's kind of silly, but it's almost a shrine that I have for my son from him playing high school football, and it's got articles, and it's got they ended up winning the Southern California Regionals, so they got the medals they get. And it's got all this stuff, and we just keep it in there, and we walk by it every day and kind of smile like, you know what? I know he's going on, and he'll never play in the National Football League, but it's just kind of cool that we have those memories, and it makes me smile every time I look at it.
Yeah, I mean, I have a shadow box myself. I used to, in high school, I ran cross country and track locally for Cienega High School, so I kept, some race results and stuff and photos in there, and now that I've transitioned to journalism, that shadow box houses a lot of my favorite credentials from events that I've been able to cover. So, March Madness games, a credential from the Lakers at Staples Center. So, those shadow boxes never go out of style.
Absolutely. Hey, Alec, thank you for joining me. I appreciate it. I look forward to all of your stories and misses that you have for us and everything you post online. Make sure you follow everything that Alec has in the Arizona Daily Star, Tucson.com. We'll have a full coverage of everything from Starksville, Mississippi, as Arizona softball tries to advance to the College World Series, the Women's College World Series in Oklahoma. Alec, thank you so much for joining us. Appreciate it. I'll catch up with you soon.
Thank you, Rich.
All right, take care. Alec White joining us right now from the Arizona Daily Star. Again, I told you, he's a great multimedia journalist. Hey, real quick, program brought to you today by PGA Tour Superstore. here's the deal. Father's Day is coming up. Father's Day is the one day that you can actually tell people what you want. Christmas, hey, what do you want? I want new golf clubs. Well, you can't do that because you got to buy all your kids presents. No, this is your day, America. Dads, this is your day. So when your kids go, Dad, what do you want for Father's Day? Tell them, I want you to go to PGA Tour Superstore on Oracle and Limberlost, and I want a new Travis Matthew golf shirt. I want a Black Clover hat. I want Nike shoes. You know what I'd like to have? I'd like to have some tailor-made golf balls. Or, hey, tell your mom to go get me a new golf bag. And here's the part where you could feel good about this. Because if you send your family in there and they mention Wildcats Radio 1290, they mention the Rich Herrera Show, you're going to get a hookup. $20 off a purchase of $100, $50 off a purchase of $250 or more. That makes going to PGA Superstore even better. PGA Tour Superstore has the biggest selection of golf equipment, from clubs to golf balls to apparel to everything a golfer could possibly want. Heck, you could get PGA golf instruction inside the store. They'll custom fit your clubs for you. They'll find putters for you. And here's the best part. This is the secret that nobody knows about. They have previously owned equipment. So if someone goes out there and buys the newest, best technology, this monster club that they've been wanting, and they get it home and they can't hit it, they can't control it, doesn't feel good, they bring it back and you could get it for a fraction of the price brand new. The guy probably only hit it twice and figured out that he couldn't control that club head that's the size of a Volkswagen, brings it back in. You can get a great deal on that, all at PGA Tour Superstore. Stop by, tell them Rich Herrera said to come in. You'll get $20 off a purchase of $100, $50 off a purchase, $250 more. Oracle and Limberlost, it's PGA Tour Superstore. Shop with the pros at Tucson's PGA Tour Superstore, home for golf pros and beginners like me alike. Coming up, I'm going to talk a little bit more NBA. I'm going to give you my top stories today, and I've got another pair of tickets to give away for the Pac-12 tournament. All coming up here on 1290. Thanks for joining us, everybody. It's the Rich Rare Radio Show 507. We're a little late, right? Was I messing around?
A little late, but we're all right.
What are you choking in there?
A little bit.
What are you leading by one going into the final hole of the PGA Championship?
You know what? I'm going to say that I could probably make that drive if I lay it flat. I could make that drive if I make it flat. Oh, no, it tapered off and it went into the hole. Okay, it went into the water hole.
We didn't get a chance to talk about it. I wanted to talk about it on the program today. Even if you don't like golf, the drama of the PGA Championship was off the hook. It was crazy. It was crazy. Pereira goes in. Can you cue those up for me? This isn't what I was intending to talk about, but you brought this up. So you started choking on the air.
Yep.
What's a bigger choke job? Pereira going into the final hole up by one, just needs par to play in, or it just needs par to be in the playoff. And he doesn't make it. Did you watch him? Did you watch that?
I watched a little bit of the final hole.
Did you see the end? I only turned in for the last two holes.
The final hole was amazing because, again, I know you say that this is probably the biggest choke that you've ever seen in golf. This is still, it's very close now to Jean Van der Velde. This is
John
very
Van der
close.
Velde's is big, but what was his? His was just...
It's funny you asked that, Rich. I actually looked up and tried to get the exact makeup of what happened.
So John Van der Velde, which tournament was that?
This was at the 99 Open at Carnoustie.
This is at the British Open?
Yes.
Okay.
So he goes in leading 3 strokes on the 18th hole.
Right.
It's a 499-yarder. And all he needs is to basically hit par, and he wins this thing.
He's up by 3.
Yes.
So he needs less than a triple bogey.
He just needs a double bogey, and he wins this thing.
And he wins the tournament.
He ends up quadruple bogeying and forcing a playoff.
He missed shot after shot. He missed putt after putt after putt, if I remember.
This was not the putt after putt. He went and fell into the hole. He went into the drink.
Right.
And he actually tried to play it where it laid in the water.
Right, and just the whole thing falls apart.
The whole thing fell apart.
This one, for Pereira, he's up by 1 at the 18th hole. Now, do you have his final shot on Saturday?
I got the whole thing here.
So here's the final shot on Saturday.
Driver here, just got to take this up the left-hand side. There's the contact. This is a low shot working to the right. That better get down. Gets a hard kick. And I couldn't see that. I believe got into the penalty area. I know if it didn't get into the water or not. It's actually in the water.
So he's hitting this shot. On the 18th, he's up by 1. He's 1 under. He's up by 2. And he hits that into the drink. Let it roll a little bit.
Towards the left edge. Now getting a little soft, and that's off the green. And he's pointing at his caddy. I mean, I'm having a hard time believing that. Needs to get this firm enough. Hops a little bit. It's gone the green. Needs to stretch, and it's not going to. Yeah, that was what my concern was. There's too much green going towards him. And obviously going to be extremely disappointing for this young man who's played so well. Now he's going to have about 4 feet for a double bogey. And that will drop him out of the playoff.
Drops him out of the playoffs. So he's up by 1. He's excuse me. I think he's up by 2. He's 1 under.
Yep.
Whatever it is, he just needs to get par to win $2.7 million. And he said afterwards, nerves just got to me, and I just jerked that drive, put it into the
drink
the drink, and couldn't recoup. It ended up losing almost $2 million. And then he goes on to watch the playoff with Justin Thomas and what's his name? The kid from Wake Forest. I'm not going to remember his name right now. I watch golf, but I'm not a fanboy because there's no fat golfers anymore. Tiger Woods ruined it. Remember there used to be fat golfers. They all looked like John Daly.
Everyone looked like John Daly.
Yeah, all the back of the day, they were all fat and they chain smoked and drank beer on the course now.
Right.
They all look like aerobics instructors wearing skinny jeans.
Like skinny khakis, yeah, but...
I don't like any of that. So anyway, that was pretty amazing over the weekend. All right, what do I got to do right now? I got to remind you of a couple things. Sweet deal coming up. What's this week's sweet deal? So what we do is we get together with our sponsors. We say, hey, we're going to give you a sweet deal. Your kids are going to drive you crazy this summer. I'm an empty nester, so I don't care. But you, your kids are going to be pains in the butt now that they're home from school. Why don't you send them rock climbing? Then get a half off a week at climbing camp for just $160.50, regularly $325. That's every day at climbing camp for kids 7 to 14. Rock climbing camp is available for rock climbing and rock solid climbing and fitness. There, let me spit it out. Rock solid climbing and fitness. Send your kids to rock climbing camp. They'll be worn out, they'll fall asleep, and they won't be bothering you all summer. Deal goes on sale Friday morning, 8:30 a.m. Wildcats Radio 1290.com. That's how I was. What kind of camp am I going to send Rigney to? I don't know, one that tires him out so he falls asleep by 7.
Mm-hmm.
Dad of the year right here, buddy.
No space camp?
No, because what are they going to do? They're going to look at the stars, and then he's going to be wide awake and bothering me at 9.
He's going to be looking at it and say, hey, look, this is what this constellation is.
You know what this is? This is a baseball game. Kid, be quiet. I'm watching the game. All right, we've got more to give away. I got two more box office blitzes to give away right now, right?
Yes.
All right, so let's give away the Hooters first.
Okay.
All right, I got a $25 gift card to Hooters. In fact, we did 5 today, Tucson. 5 times we gave you a box office blitz. Here's box office blitz number 4.
The Wildcats Radio 1290 box office is now open.
You feel that right away. It's just refreshing.
With tickets to ball games, concerts, movies.
Surely you can't be serious.
And more.
I am serious, and don't call me Shirley.
Start calling at 520-848-1290 to win. Good luck from Wildcats Radio 1290.
All right, here's the deal. I've got a $25 gift card to Hooters for caller number, what'd you say, 5?
Go for caller number 5 here. Yeah.
Caller number 5, 520-848-1290, 520-848-1290. Caller number 5 right now wins a $25 gift card to Hooters. Caller number 5, call now, 520-848-1290. Coming up before the end of this program, I've got a pair of passes to the Pac-12 tournament. You'll see every game that's coming up before we get out of here today. I'm Rich Herrera, that's Dragon Ball. I'll give you what the big stories, in my opinion, are next here on 1290. Ooh, hamburger's good. Hamburger sounds good for dinner tonight.
You always say that every time we do the big story, though.
I'm like Wimpy. For the Popeyes.
I'll gladly pay you Tuesday for a hamburger today. That always bothered me that he's always asking for just a hamburger. Like, he's not ever asking for a cheeseburger.
Right.
Like, come on. Put a little spice in your life there.
Do you know anybody that just does hamburgers and not cheeseburgers?
I know a couple people, but mostly just like...
Are they weird?
Well, no. It's mostly because they like to have, like, rather than American cheese, they have, like, the special cheeses. Like I think it's like pepper jack or something like that. Prefer that.
I'm a sharp cheddar guy myself.
Okay.
What are you?
I'm whatever they put on the burger.
You see, you're not. So, okay, that's one good thing we found out about you today. You're not a burger snob.
Not typically, no.
Best burger in town.
I'm going to be a bad judge of that, I can guarantee you. All the burgers taste the same to me.
There's got to be one go-to burger.
I mean...
Mine? Porcupine Burger at Bob Dobbs.
Okay, that's actually not a bad burger.
It's a great burger.
That's not a bad burger. That's not a bad burger.
I was going to take you there this week, but now I'm not.
Well, I thought you were going to wait until after I give you your reasonably priced meal because of the bet.
Where is my gift card?
It's supposed to be in the mail for you.
Okay.
Did you not check your mail slot here?
Is it in there?
It should be.
Oh, so Dragon Ball and I had a bet on who would go further, the Dubs or the Suns.
And I lost pretty handsomely.
Well, you are handsome, and you did lose.
Yes.
So I said, I'll let you off the hook, because where did you want to go?
For me, I actually completely forgot where I was wanting to go.
You were going to go, I said Chili's.
You said Chili's for you. For me, I think it was...
Red Lobster?
It might have been Red Lobster or Olive Garden. I think it was Olive Garden was the one.
So I said I would take you to a reasonably priced lunch, and then the sweet deal we had last week was to... the steakhouse.
Yes.
At Casino del Sol.
At Casino del Sol, yeah. What is it? PY?
PY. Steakhouse at Casino del Sol. So I said, we'll tell you what, because our reasonably priced meal would be about $25. Buy me a sweet deal, and we call it even. So I'm going to get a sweet deal.
And then I was told that I'm not allowed to do that.
You're not allowed to buy them?
I don't think I'm allowed to, based on what I was told.
So now I'm out. Son of a... I was expecting to have steak this week.
I know, and that's why I've had to change up the idea.
Oh, so you got a different gift card then?
I've been looking at the different gift cards here.
Okay, wait a minute. Have you purchased a gift card for me yet or not?
Well, I was trying to get you that steakhouse.
Okay, so the question. So no, answer the question.
The gift card has not yet been purchased.
Okay, so what you're saying is you haven't paid off your bet yet.
No.
Okay, that's all I want to know.
But it's in transit. The debt is in transit. We'll say that.
That's kind of like, I can't say this either. I had something I could say, but I might get in trouble.
Right.
So I guess I won't say anything. I'll tell you. Here's the big stories. Hey, to all the haters that have been down on Arizona softball, go kick rocks. Arizona's advanced to the Super Regionals. They have a chance to go to the College World Series. The big dogs in that part of the bracket are gone. Florida State out. They lost to Mississippi State. Missouri was supposed to win the regional to go on to the Super. They're out. So it'll be Arizona taking on Mississippi State. How much confidence does Mississippi State have after knocking off Florida State? How much did that take out of them? We'll find out. Best of 3 to go to Oklahoma City. Good for them. Pac-12 baseball tournament starts on Wednesday. Arizona will take on Oregon. Arizona loses all 3 games to Oregon over the weekend. Now they're going to have to fight their way out of the number 4 seed, I believe is what they are. They're scheduled to play Wednesday at 9 a.m. If they lose, they'll play 9 a.m. the next day. If they win, they play 5:45. We'll have all those games for you here on 1290. Coming up in just a matter of moments, we're going to give you an opportunity. We're going to give you, in fact, can we do it right now? Why don't you just go ahead and hit it right now? Let's give away passes. You're going to win passes, a pair of passes to every game in the tournament. You get the opening game. This is a tournament pass. You get all the games up until the championship. Go ahead and hit it.
Tucson, are you ready to win? The The Wildcats Radio 1290 box office is now open.
Hey guys, you ready to let the dogs out?
With tickets to ball games, concerts, movies, and more.
We have to get on. We have so much time and so little to do. Strike that. Reverse it. This way, please.
Start calling at 520-848-1290 to win. Good luck from Wildcats Radio 1290.
All right,
God, thank you.
Oh, you're welcome. You want to see the Cats play Wednesday, 9 a.m. at Scottsdale Stadium, the spring training home of the San Francisco Giants. Be caller number.
Let's go with 9.
Caller number 9.
For 9 innings of baseball.
What if they play 10?
But they play 10.
9 innings of baseball is what we're going to call today. Caller number 9 right now, 520-848-1290. 520-848-1290. We'll take caller number 9 right now. You'll win tickets to the game on Wednesday, 9 a.m. to go see the Cats take on Oregon, and you will have passes for the entirety of the inaugural Pac-12 tournament. We'll take caller number 9 right now, 520-848-1290, 520-848-1290. All right, coming up. What else would you have to do? Oh, did I finish my big stories? Let's see. Haters can go kick rocks that didn't think Arizona was going to do very well in the softball tournament. Baseball starts for the Pac-12, and I now hate the Mavericks. There, I said it. I used to like Mark Cuban, not so much anymore. He was cool when he had like this ginormous house with a foyer so big you could play wiffle ball in. Now, not so much. Tyson finally came out and talked about the flight and the guy that he got into the fight with. I was going to play it for you, so I pulled the sound, but I couldn't bleep out enough of the foul words. I just couldn't figure out how to do it. So I'll just tell you that Tyson said that I blank, and then I blank, and then that guy blank, and then that guy blank. So there you go. All right. Did I get everything I need to do? Dragon Ball? Oh, he's busy answering phones. All right. Today's program brought to you in part by Trajan Wealth. Trajan Wealth, 321-4100, 321-4100, or go to TrajanWealth.com. Trajan Wealth is based here in Tucson, Arizona. They have an office based here in Tucson, Arizona, I should say, over on Sunrise Drive, over the Kolb Center. Why is this important? Because the folks that you work with at Trajan Wealth are right here in Tucson. You're not calling an 800 number, getting a different person every time you call. Sometimes they pick up in one city. Sometimes they pick up. No, you're going to have a personal relationship with your fiduciary. What's a fiduciary? See, a fiduciary is someone who works with you. You come up with your goals, and they understand, here's what I want to do. I want to travel the world. I want to set aside money for my grandkids to go to college. I want to do this. I want to do that. You set up the goals, and you set up what you want to do, and it's their job to help fulfill those goals. They're paid and incentivized to simply grow your portfolio. An advisory fee is they set up an advisory fee. It's a low annual percentage set up front with you, the client. And Trajan Wealth lives by the motto, the more you make, the more we make. That's what they do. They help you. They're your partners. They make money when you make money. Is that what you really want? I don't want somebody who's just trying to sell me something for a commission. I want somebody who's in my corner, who's right there with me, battling with me. That's what the folks at Trajan Wealth do. So if you don't have that relationship, or even worse, if you don't have anybody you're working with right now, and you're just putting money in an IRA, and you're not sure what's happening with it, call Trajan Wealth today, 321-4100, 321-4100, or go to their website, TrajanWealth.com, TRAJAN Wealth.com. All right, coming up, we'll have the Wildcat Rewind. I went on a tirade that you might have missed in the first hour. Dragon Ball is going to have that for you. I'm telling you, flopping is cheating, and we're not talking about Phil Mickelson. All right, all of that coming up. I'm Rich Herrera. That's Dragon Ball. He's got a sports update for you coming up. This is Wildcats Radio 1290.